So hi and welcome again. I want to just send a big, massive shout out to Danielle, who will be taking the baton next from me in regards to bringing something to the world for the Child of God team. Guys, she's going to be amazing. She's got an amazing combination of yoga and sort of movement and how it's therapeutic for an individual and how it can actually enhance your life. I'll talk more about her over the next couple of days. Today, we're going to go into steps 7, 8 and 9, and I'll look forward to speaking to you at the end. Step 7. Humbly ask him to remove all of our defects of character, all of our shortcomings. Now, the thing about the 12 steps here is it's a spiritual program. It's not about just stopping using drugs or stopping drinking or stopping your whatever addiction is. It's about connecting to a higher power. And the idea behind it is once you are connected to that higher power, you can live a life beyond your wildest dreams. You can overcome pretty much anything. So the idea of asking, praying for the defect to be removed, to remove the shortcoming, is by building a relationship with God, building a relationship with a higher power. And in doing so, you will automatically remove the behavior that is impeding your life. You will automatically stop drinking. You will not want to drink. You will not want to take drugs. You will remove the defect, remove the limiting behavior, the limiting belief. It will be completely eradicated. Now, it's, as I've said to you, it's a practical program, so it's an ongoing process. You don't just ask for it once and that's it. It's an ongoing process with daily activities that you do. But the step here is about taking that step. And in the steps later, you will see how you maintain your connection with the higher power and you also maintain your balance within the universe. Step 8. Made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. All of them. This can be a scary step because you got to think about it. During the period whilst you were using or drinking or whatever else it may be, you're addicted to drugs, yeah, you would have harmed people. Now, the biggest lie that the drug addicts would tell themselves is, I never harmed anyone, I just harmed myself. Let's think about that for a minute. What about all the missed appointments? Say you got children, what about not being there for them? Or you took them somewhere, but you just weren't really present. You know, some people think, oh, my family didn't know, no one knew. I was always at work, or I always made my appointments. But you got to think about the presence, you being present at that moment. Were you really present? Could you ever actually be present while under the influence? Yeah? The people you harm. Now, I'm not here to justify the harms that people have done to you. At times where you've harmed somebody, they may have done you harm and they may well have been justified that you did cause the harm that you did. But this is about cleaning up your side of the street. This is about owning up to what you had done wrong. And in that list of harms, if there's anybody that you've harmed, even if they've harmed you and what you did was justified, you need to be willing to make amends to them. Now, there are certain caveats to that, where, like, if making that amends is going to cause greater harm. So, I don't know, I'm not going to justify anything, but for example, you maybe cheated on your partner and she never knew, and by admitting that now and going forward and saying that might cause greater problems, or, you know, you cheated on your ex-partner and now they've moved on, and by going back and opening that can of worms might cause harm. But you've got to make a list, and you've got to be at least willing at this stage to make amends to them all. Step 9. Make direct amends to such people wherever possible except when to do so would injure them or others. Now, this is where this is a big boy step. This is where you've got to do some ownership, manning up. You got to do it. You got to sit down with the people who you've caused harm and look them in the eye and talk to them. Talk to them about what you're doing, about, your 12-step program. You've got to admit the harms that you have done and let them know that you are aware. Now, you might not get the response that you want. You're not even in a position to say, I want forgiveness. If they do forgive you, great. If they don't, they don't. But you got to give them a chance to say what they have to say. You got to be able to look them in the eye. There's no point. This isn't about just writing a letter to someone or sending a text message or doing it over the phone. You got to go to where they are and say it face to face. In some cases, you might not be able to do that. So there are things like graveside amends and ways of doing it. Get advice from your sponsor. Get a sponsor to take you through these steps. Get advice from your sponsor on how to do it. But graveside amends is something you can do. You can write a letter and go to the grave and read that letter. But in the physical form, you need to get in touch with the individual, sit down with them, and make amends. That's a wrap for today. I hope that you're getting something from this. If there are anyone out there is struggling with anything, and you feel that what I'm speaking about is resonating with you in some way, reach out to us, reach out to me, reach out to the team at the Child of God. This is what this is about. It's about us bringing something positive back to the world. For now, I'm going to sign out, and I look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow, where we'll cover the next 3 steps in the 12-step process to recovery. God bless you all, and thank you.